And right here, we're going to show you the Flair app right over here. Right here, this is right here, we're home. You could set it for away. We're not going to do that right now, but in the summertime when we have it set for the window AC, I could set it for away. And I'll show you that in a little bit later, not right now because it's a winter. We're on heat mode right now, but when we go to AC, you could set it for like 78 degrees, my window AC, and it won't come on. But right now I want it on home because it doesn't matter. Even if I'm not home, the vent could stay at 868 in my room for heating. Even though it's a spring day, we don't need heat in the afternoon. Right now it's 51. It's going up to 70 later, and tonight it's going to 42 again tonight. Right now, not sure what that is. Oh, manual. You could manually adjust and open and close it. That's probably what I'll do in the summertime because I like to use all the air conditioning unless it's like a cold summer day or like it's a humid day and we have the air conditioner turned down low just to get the humidity out. I sometimes get a chill, but right now I have automatically, so the damper will automatically open and close. Right here, this is the set point, so even though you could adjust the temperature, but after a while it goes back to 68 sometimes. And right here we have it on heat right now. You could turn that off like in the daytime. I might turn that off right now or in a few minutes because we don't have anything going on in the afternoon. We're not going to eat heat at 70 degrees outside. And auto heat cool, that's kind of good. Like if you go away for a while, like on vacation or well, that generally you have to be home for this, but unless you have like a Nest hybrid system where it goes back and forth from heat to cool on eco mode or something. But right now, we'll just leave it on heat because I'm home. But you don't want to have the air conditioner turned on and it's set for heat because it could change the temperature in your room. It won't be the right temperature. It won't feel good. Right now we have, oh, I turned it off by accident. Oh well. Schedule right here, even test right here. I was just playing around with the schedule because the first few nights I had it set for 68 on, I think it was Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, all 68. And the temperature was good because we didn't need much heat. I think it was only like 5 to 6 heat cycles, so all the heat felt good. And we actually had a fire one of the 2 nights, so it didn't really do much because I actually blasted my space heater because it gets kind of cold upstairs when we have the fireplace downstairs because the thermostat doesn't come on. And then you could see generally I wouldn't fiddle around with the room puck that much because generally just leave it one temperature and you feel good maybe once or twice. In the morning you turn it up because you don't want to wear a sweatshirt or blanket all day. And then at nighttime when you want to snuggle under the blanket, so you turn the temperature down. But I didn't get to see the puck or the vent open and close too much, so you could see I was fiddling around with that. 71 to 68 to 67, and then shot it back up to 70, and then down to 66, and then 69, because I wanted to see. It was only the first few days of getting used to it, experiencing the new technology, so I wanted to see how it worked right there. But now I'll just leave it at like 69 in the daytime and 66 or 67 at nighttime. And also right here you can see it says offline in the living room because I moved it back and forth. We only have one smart vent and puck, but I moved it to the living room because that night I wanted to try it in the living room. But generally I'm going to leave it in my Alex's bedroom right over here. And then home settings right here, system settings. Also, home in a way you could use geo-fencing. So like, I don't know how good that is. Like if you drive like past your house, the air conditioner might come on in your bedroom, the window AC, which you don't want the window AC coming down to like 72 degrees in the bedroom when you're not home. So I generally just leave it on home or away. I leave it manually because I don't want it to think if I drive past my house from somewhere else and then I don't even come home, that's kind of a waste. And 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, it's going to ping my location. It's just going to turn back off. So that's kind of unnecessary. Unless you're at work and you only come home once a day, but if you're doing errands and stuff all day long, you go past your house multiple times a day. That's kind of unnecessary. Away settings right here. This is for heat settings right here. When I'm home, I don't want it to go below 65. It messes up your body temperature. Like 65 is very cold, and then you get sleepy in the daytime. If you make it 65 in the afternoon and then warm at nighttime, then you're awake at night for 70 because I don't want it warmer than 70 or cooler than 65. But in the summertime, I'll probably set it for like maybe 80 degrees for the air conditioner when I'm not there, and then down to 72 when I'm home. Integrations right over here. They don't have the Nest right here, but you could connect it to a smart thermostat like the Ecobee, the Honeywell, and the GE appliances and Haier. And right there, it'll connect to your smart thermostat, and then it'll act like a room puck, like a room sensor. And then say it's like you set the heat for 68 and it's like 65 in the bedroom, it gets very cold, then the whole house heat will come on more often, so that might not be what you want. So you might not want to set it as a smart thermostat. You might just want to set it as like a thermostat or something that's not smart. Or say you have the heat set for 68 and it's 72 in the room, the whole heat won't come on for a while, and then the rest of the house could be freezing, and then that one room could be perfect. So that's not what you really want. You see the main thermostat we have is White Rogers right here, and then you could see it says thermostat location. I accidentally put it in now. It's actually downstairs in the front room, and it's set has heat and cool system capabilities, and you have to count the vents in your house. So there's only one smart vent out of the 16, and we have 16 vents in our house right over here. And also right here, mini splits. I also have, right now it's disconnected because I don't want the window AC to come on during heating, but also right here, lock IR device modes, the controller puck, and it's only capable of air conditioning. Yeah, fan. It does fan also, but cooling. It doesn't have any heat pump on it, so just leave it on cool. And then different models. Those Model 3 worked, I think, too, and then we'll get to that in the summertime. And then I'm not sure what that is, enable room sense. You could read that there. And then right here we want it in Fahrenheit. And then right here is the room puck. And then you could change the color. I like the background white. Otherwise, if it's black, it's hard to see. And then you can lock the puck, which will prevent someone from touching it. So that's good if you have, like, oh, I don't know, like kids or something, or I guess like a rental home or something. But you want to give them some capabilities. You'll just set a limit for them. But you could see that we can't put it below a certain temperature, above a certain temperature, but it's only adjusting the room temperature. It's not like setting the house temperature and through the whole house, so they could adjust it. I don't care what they set it for. In my room, I could just open the window if it gets too hot, or blast my space heater if it gets too cold, so it doesn't really matter. And then a temperature calibration, if you notice if it's not synced to like other thermometers in the house, you could adjust it to, say it says it's 68 in the room and it's really 70 degrees, so you could adjust it 2 degrees warmer or 2 degrees cooler. And then vents right over here. There's actually another feature I forgot to show you. It's pretty cool right here. I've been checking this out lately. This is what I showed you before, but before I showed you home settings. Right here is home statistics right over here. And this shows you the puck room temperature, so I could zoom out and I could see what it was when I closed the window till now when the heat shut off right over here. And you could see, this is the graph I took a screenshot and then I just edited it because I could zoom in and zoom out and really close in pinpoint, or called zero in or something, on when the heat exactly came on. Well, within the like 10 minutes, it doesn't tell you the exact time, but within like a 10-20 minutes. It's in military time, so I have to keep converting. But I know 0 o'clock is midnight and 6 o'clock is 6 in the morning, but 18 o'clock, I'm not sure. Oh, it could be 6 o'clock actually, because right there it's in the middle of 0, and then based on what they call it context clues, right there is 6 o'clock right there with the next grid, so that's a 6 hour between 0 and 6. So if you go back 6 hours from 12 o'clock midnight, that's 6 p.m. So that's basic math right there, if I'm correct, I hope. Room temperature, zoom out in here, we'll see the whole week what it was. Just keep zooming out right there. Generally, the humidity, we have the humidistat turned on, but you can see it went down to 38%, it seems like, and maybe it went up to 54. It will keep going out. It might change it again. Actually, I don't know if this is the duct pressure. I think this is like measuring the weather pressure, like outdoors, and you have pressure in the house too, so it's like a barometer. This is kind of like millibars, even though it says KPA, which is kilopascals, that it looks similar to millibars. That's kind of how they read it. Like 101.5 is 1015 millibars, so it's pretty, that's pretty good that they have kilopascals. It's similar to millibars. That's how I read the pressure, because that's how the Weather Channel reads it. And then they also do it in inches per mercury. The lighting in your room, I'm not sure what V is, but you can see, maybe, I don't think it's volts of light. That doesn't make any sense. Or maybe UV rays or something, I don't know. But you could see around May 6th, it got up to 1400. That's when we had the blinds open and all the solar radiation. You could see the heat stayed off a lot of the time. That day we didn't have much heat that night. That's why I kept the vent open that night. But you could see May 9th, there was a cloudy day right there. So, or I had the blinds closed most of the day because I didn't want too much heat in the room. At point, it's going to be all over the place. I was testing out all of them, but let's see if Generally, I leave it around a 68 or between 69 and 67. Let's see right over here. Oh, that's the first. Yeah, it says the average is about 68. You could see a few jumps up and down, and then I don't know why it shot down to 30 degrees. I never set the puck to 30. I don't think it could go that low. Here, this the duct temperature. We'll zoom out all the way. You could see in my room it's generally 95 degrees for in the springtime, but when I had it downstairs in the living room, it got 10 to 15 degrees closer because it was closer to the furnace. It was only like 20 feet away, and it got up to like 100 or 105 degrees. You could see here's the average, and then in the nighttime before the heat comes on, I don't know how, we don't have it that cold in the house. I don't know why it says 65, but that's what it says. And then also, pretty good, you could see it opening and closing, the percentage.